What's up, guys? I hope you're all doing well, and thank you so much for watching my review for the 25th anniversary of Tim Burton's Sleepy Hollow. I've talked about this movie a couple times on the channel. If you've been a subscriber of this channel, you'll know, hey, didn't you talk about this movie a couple times? Yes, I talked about this movie a couple times. This will be the definitive review for Sleepy Hollow, a film that I love, and a film that I just watched in the movie theater last night for its 25th anniversary, presented by Paramount Scares and Fangoria. This was such a great experience. The picture was phenomenal. The sound was phenomenal. I had such a great time watching this movie in the movie theater. I never thought I would see this in a theater, ever. And I did. And it was a great experience for me. Now, I do own the 4K Blu ray, which is phenomenal. The picture quality here and sound is fantastic. What they did with the restoration of this is incredible. This is the best way to watch this movie. Guess what? The picture quality on the 4K Blu ray was better than the picture quality in the movie theater, but still, this is one of the best discs of last year that came out. It's a really incredible disc. But the film, I mean, this is Tim Burton's take on The Legend of Sleepy Hollow by Washington Irving. The screenwriter Andrew Kevin Walker switched some things around, making Ichabod Crane a constable and not a school teacher. And when Tim Burton came on to direct the film, the cast started to shape itself out. And then Johnny Depp was the obvious choice for Ichabod Crane, who is awesome in this movie. This is one of Johnny Depp's best performances. Johnny Depp is my favorite actor. I love him so much in everything he does. Well, maybe not everything he does, but most of the things he does. And here, he is so funny, like just naturally funny. He's not like forcing humor into this movie, but his line delivery, his mannerisms, just what he's doing in this film is so memorable, and I love him in this movie so much. And I love the cast. I mean, this movie has such an incredible cast, and they're all playing off each other so well. The performances in this movie are spectacular. This is some of the best acting that Tim Burton has ever gotten out of a cast. This and probably like Sweeney Todd, I think, are the best acted films that he's ever put out. And the beautiful production design and set decoration, which went on to win the Academy Award. This movie looks and feels so real and so immersive. They built the whole town of Sleepy Hollow within 3 months. It was really incredible to see how it came out. I mean, it looks so lived in. It looks so eerie. The gothic set design and the production value, the costumes. This is an exquisitely made film. And the score by Danny Elfman is haunting. It's memorable. It's just awesome. I mean, I love the music in this movie so much. And Christina Ricci as Katrina Van Tassel is great as well. I think she slips right into it, and you believe the romance that is budding between Ichabod and Katrina. It's not forced. It's not forced at all from the first scene that they have together. Not the one where she kisses him blindfolded, but the first scene when he comes down and she's reading her book, or she's doing whatever she's doing, and they have a conversation. You just kind of feel it with the sweet score in the background. You feel that these people like each other as that relationship continues to blossom. It's just really sweet. Do I have any problems with this movie? Yes, I have two big problems with this film. The first thing I think could have been cut out of the movie completely is the stuff with Ichabod's mother. You get not a lot of flashbacks, I would say maybe 5 minutes total, if that, of him as a kid and his mother dancing around, floating around. It didn't work for me, and you could probably cut all that out of the movie, and it didn't make any difference by the end of it. I understand that they're trying to be like, okay, his mother practiced witchcraft, and maybe that's a bad thing, but the father killed the mother, and now he's meeting Katrina, who's also practicing the same things. Maybe by the end of the film, realizing it is a bad thing when he sees the evil eye, when he finds out that it's the eye of protection at the end of the film. You know, all that, I get it. but it didn't work as well as maybe they had hoped, and I think that probably could have been cut out. Also, the ending, it does feel a little convoluted. I do think the end isn't as strong as the mystery of the film itself. With Miranda Richardson being the one that's controlling the Headless Horseman. Somebody had to be doing it. I didn't dislike the ending. It's like perfectly fine. I just don't feel like it's maybe as strong or compelling as it should have been. The story is a little convoluted with the Van Garrett and how he got a secret wife and he got her pregnant, and the whole thing was leading to Miranda Richardson wanting the power and wanting the wealth. So, a lot going on. And I got to mention the Headless Horseman. I mean, the costume design is fantastic. As he's riding around on his horse is just awesome to watch and really tense. And the beheadings, every decapitation is just really tastefully done in this. And I love the callbacks to that original Disney animated film. That there's not many, but like when Ichabod's coming over the bridge in the one scene, and you hear the frog, Ichabod, Ichabod. That was pretty cool. And at the end, when they're having their final chase, and he falls off of his wagon and lands on the horseman's horse, that was all really cool, and I enjoyed the callbacks. But by the end of the film, you're kind of wondering, he never really brought him back to justice. Is he going to go back to Christopher Lee and just say, I quit? What's he going to do? You don't really find out. And his relationship with the young boy, young Masbeth, I mean, he works so well with this young boy who's great in the movie as well. So, a lot to mention in this film, which I do love. Sleepy Hollow gets a very strong 4 out of 5 stars, the strongest 4 out of 5 that I could give. With the other issues that I mentioned, kind of hold it back, but this is a great film that I love and I can't get enough of. I really adore this movie, and it's a top 3 Tim Burton film for me. This, alongside Sweeney Todd, The Demon Barber of Fleet Street, and the original Beetlejuice. Those are my top 3 Tim Burton films. Guys, comment down below. What's your thoughts on Sleepy Hollow? Were you one of the lucky people to watch it in theaters for its 25th anniversary? I know they did a Sunday night screening and a Wednesday night screening. I was able to go to the Wednesday. So if you were able to check it out, what's your thoughts on the movie? Do you own it? Do you own it on Blu-ray? Do you own it on 4K? And something I want to mention, which I've also mentioned before on the channel, when I was in the ninth grade, I believe, I was in a theater and drama class, and you had to do a monologue from a film. And the monologue that I went with was Ichabod Crane's monologue from Sleepy Hollow. I was the only cast member. I was the only member. I was the only student to get 100 on that. You had to step up in front of the class, and you had to go for it. So, I'm going to go for it now. Let's see if I still have it. Of course! Now I see what parts you had to play. Reverend Steenwick knew the secret because he performed the marriage. Dr. Lancaster attended the pregnant woman. Magistrate Phillips gave protection of the law, and Notary Hardenbrook concealed the documents which had been entrusted to Van Garrett by his faithful servant. The 4 conspirators drawn into the plot. But I have not finished, sir. First, the Van Garrett's father and son slain by a horseman raised from the grave to chop heads. Now up pops a widow with a claim on a fortune. Off with her head. But murder begets murder. It was the servant, Jonathan Masbeth. The night father and son quarreled over the new will. Jonathan Masbeth was summoned upstairs to bear witness. Here is his signature. I'm afraid it was his death warrant. Young Masbeth, the horseman, came for him. Came for him at the bidding of someone who had power over him. Someone who dug in the earth in the western woods and stole the skull. The missing head, which must be restored to the horseman before he will return to hell. Someone who would stand to lose a fortune. None other than Van Garrett's next of kin, Baltus Van Tassel. I think I got it. Yeah, I think I got it. It's something I don't think I'm ever going to forget. That's just kind of embedded into my brain. So, yeah, that's where I'm at with all that. So, guys, don't forget to subscribe for a bunch of reviews coming in the future. We got Smile 2. We've got We Live in Time. Going to be talking about those within the next few days. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter and or X at RyanKing72 and Instagram and TikTok at KingOfRises131. That's been it for me. Thank you so much for watching my review for Sleepy Hollow, its 25th anniversary. And until next time, over and out.